Hi, and welcome to a demo here about the DIDMS system. This is just a replicate of a demonstration that I gave on at the Dieback Information Group conference. My name is Piers Higgs. I've been working on this site for a little while now, and I'm going to just give you a quick run through of the same sort of things that we ran through in the presentation. So these are the points that I actually covered in that presentation. On the public side of the website, what I'll run you through in this demo is the strategic advice, strategic mapping and protected areas components. There's a locations data set still to be worked on, and on the logged in component we'll actually just run through the sampling data and some reporting information. There's also the ability for people to record information on operational mapping, user protected areas and management activities at the same time. So one of the first things to do is to look at this public view. I'm going to look at the strategic advice layer here. This is one of the things that the public will be able to see. You can see here I've got a map that turns up. This map is a fully interactive map based on the Google imagery and Google other data sets, so street views and all that sort of stuff. You can zoom into a particular area. So say I was interested in something in near where I grew up in Northcliffe. You can type a string into this text and it'll go and find it. There's Northcliffe in the middle there. Now the green areas that are just appearing over the map itself are actually the zones of strategic advice that have been developed, and you can see it appearing there now, for Dieback in a particular area. So if I was to click on a particular zone, you can see it's highlighted that zone and it's given me an option to jump to the full description. When I jump to that full description, that's when it'll give me information about current disease situation, the broad advice for the area, regional approach for hygiene and environmental condition settings. So that gives you a whole range of sort of functionality there for people to find out what to do in their area. If I go back here to the main menu, again as a public user, I can log in and I can not log in and see the strategic mapping data set. Now I'm going to just try and zoom in here quite quickly to prevent it from drawing the entire southwest in the first go. So here we're zoomed into Esperance, just to give you an idea as to what this system can actually do. Can also you can see all the different layers through here of all the different data sets. So you can see information here on Google Satellite, Google Hybrid, there's Google Street View, a whole range of different data sets in here that you could see as well. I'm just going to turn off some of these data sets to make the drawing happen a bit quicker, and I'm actually going to turn on the satellite view for Google Earth as well. So this will now show me the Esperance region. You can see it's using the satellite as the backdrop. The system here is just going and picking up all of the Dieback strategic mapping polygons that have been mapped previously. You can see them here in this orange color. Again, I can click on a particular polygon and I can see information about that polygon itself. That's the strategic mapping data set. There's also a protected areas data set. If I click on here and zoom in again through this map, this is actually going to show me two data sets in this list, and I can pop out the legend and you can see it here. Disease risk areas, which are actually those red areas through there, and the managed lands and waters data set, which is popping up now. That's the deck estate, basically. It's the deck estate but terrestrial only. Again, I can zoom into an area, so I'm just holding down the shift key and drawing a button there, drawing a box I should say. And here we actually have that's the disease risk area showing here in the middle. You'll see some of the deck estate drawing over the top. Again, with any of these data sets, you can click on them and it'll pop up in information. This one we've got in this prototyping, we've just got a very simple piece of information about it. So that's what the public will be able to see. What you can then do is to sign in. As you can see here, I've already got some sign-in details put in. So I'll go I'll log in here as the administrator. We've got at the moment just a couple of simple logins for this one. Now, the main thing I want to show you here is the sampling data set. So you can contribute data directly through here. We've still got a bit of menu work to do in that place, obviously, but this is a form for entering some information about a very simple VHS data set, or a very simple VHS data point. So say I was, let's go to Richardson Road, Northcliffe, and go find. Okay, it's not far away, so I'll just zoom in a bit more. That's Richardson Road there. This is just an area that I know fairly well because that's where I grew up. So let's say, for example, you're in this area and you've taken a VHS sample just here near the dam. You can click on the map and you can see the points being added, and the latitude and longitude have been added to that that point down the bottom there. You can then fill out the other information in here about different information to do with your sample. You can put in a date. There's a date picker in there. There's information about impacts or the plants that sampled or the results of the different samples you're doing, and you can hit submit to save that sighting. That could be a real pain if you've done a lot of sampling. So the other reason, or the other method we've got for doing data entry is for you to go through a Microsoft Excel worksheet and load that in as a bulk set of data. The way that this works is that effectively you download a template spreadsheet. So you basically can say, alright, I'm going to take a VHS sample and download it. When you do that, it comes up and asks you to open a Microsoft Excel sheet. You can download that, fill it out. Once you've filled it out, you can use this particular box down in here to point at the particular area that you're looking at, grab the Excel spreadsheet, so you can pick the file, you load it up into there and upload it. What it'll do is to go through, validate all the data, and load it up into the system. And you'll end up with a lot of records coming up from there. On top of that, you can also look at your own data. There's other areas still to be developed within this system, but I'll give you a quick view of the reporting mechanism. This is the reporting screen. I'll just collapse the map and collapse the list for a moment. You can choose to do a date range. So for example, I could find any points from a certain point to another point in time, and you can display the records on the map and the list as well. The map data here again is fully interactive, so I can zoom into a particular area. Again, I can look at the Google Map layers in here and look at the data. And alternatively, I can click on each individual point, and you can see the data that actually appears for that point as well. Sorry about the interruption, my phone just rang. The final sections that you can do is you can download that as a KML file, or you can download this list here as an Excel spreadsheet as well. That's where we're at the moment. As I outlined in the presentation I did on Friday, there is a range of additional functionality that's coming up in the site, and we'll cover that off in the future as well. Thanks for watching. If you want any more information on the DIDMS project, you can contact Annabelle Bushell from the South Coast NRM on the details that are on the screen at the moment.